Welcome back to the Budget Archive. My name is Mitch, and I've just returned from regionals in Christchurch, where we had a total of 46 players. Might not seem a lot to some people, but for New Zealand, that's the biggest regional we've had since MRC season, if you don't count the one that was at Nationals last year. It was absolutely amazing time. After the event, we went out to dinner, had 22 people at dinner. Out of a 46 people event, 22 people going to the dinner. That's an absolutely amazing turnout. It goes to show just how close the New Zealand community is, and I can't wait to go to another one soon. Next event coming up is Nationals beginning of June, and I'll be there, so come say hi if you see me. I didn't do very well at the event. I ended up going 1-2, attempted to drop. They didn't drop me. Peered into the fourth round and then just conceded to my opponent and went, I'm good, I'm going to go do some dealing. Ended up dealing the whole time, did some great deals. Came out with a bit less money than I started with, honestly. But that was because I bought these packs you see in front of me. And then also did a bunch of deals where I bought some CSRs and stuff that you'll see posted up on Discord soon. Now onto these packs. If you haven't been to a regionals before, when you go to a regionals as part of your entry, you're going to end up with one of these blue packs here. These blue packs they call a Sapphire pack. Effectively exclusive foil card that is from the starter deck or recollection deck from the current season. So for this season it is the Mordred recollection deck. So this is the only way currently that you can get foils out of that deck. For most of them, as we'll see soon. And in these, you have one of 30 cards that you can get. Most of these are reprints, so they're not going to be as sought after as some cards. However, things like Dummy Trainer, which is a brand new card and very versatile in a lot of warrior decks, is definitely going to be a sought after card. Flawless Spirit of Mordred. It's a spirit that is foil and is also a divine relic, so a lot of people, especially if you're going to be playing Mordred, well, only if you're going to be playing Mordred, you're going to be after that. And then, of course, the Mordred champs and then a bunch of the attack cards and stuff. Dummy Trainer might be a nice hit to hit. And the Training Dummy down the bottom is also a nice thing to hit that you're going to want. A lot of things like Safeguard Amulet, Terraforming, and Sword Seeking and such have had so many printings that they're generally not worth a lot if you do hit them. They're still cool cards to have, especially if you haven't hit them before. The one thing that really confuses me in this is the fact that there is Frostborn Paladin here. It's the exact same art as DOA, so there is no difference between this and the original foiling, really. So they haven't put Dungeon Guide in here, though. So they don't want to give Dungeon Guide a foiling in this, but they've put Frostborn Paladin back in as a foil. So it's kind of like, that's probably your dud hit. That and then something like Inspiring Call, Invigorate Slash. Cards that have had printings before. The original foils aren't worth inking anyway. So really, this is just one of those ones where you can hit real big on some cards, but there are a lot of duds in it. I paid about 30 New Zealand for it, so it's probably just under $20 US per pack. Are they worth that? Probably not, but I wanted to get a bunch together for a cool video and show you guys exactly what's in them. Let's move on to opening them. Reposition my mic here. So I wouldn't recommend going out and buying a whole bunch of these. I'd say it's a cool thing to get when you go to an event. Of course, we had the sleeves as well. I'll show you those at the end. But for now, we'll just get on to opening these packs. See what we get. I really should have probably grabbed scissors because you can easily bend these cards. But I am not going to go grab those now. No. I'll leave this back here. I'm going to go get scissors. Be right back. Now I'm back. Scissors in hand. Yeah, I should have started with scissors. Very much these are hard to get into, and I do not want to try bend the cards while doing that. Now, first one. Ooh. Here we go. Don't have to open any other ones now. We've hit the one good card that you really want to hit out of these. Now, one thing with this is that it is effectively a backup charger. So instead of creating a power cell, you create a dummy token on your opponent's field. A lot of decks don't really care about that. If you're playing something like Lorraine where you can go Flame Sweep or Tail Sweep or something after going level 2, it just is an extra draw. And then there's a lot of decks out there as well that have on-kill effects, like Sardi and the likes, which is just a great thing to have. Get those on-kill effects pretty easily without having a problem from your opponent. Whew, that is, yeah, okay. I don't know what else we can hit out of these. Probably the dummy itself would be the other good thing to try hit. But yeah, we'll probably hit the main thing I wanted to hit. I did buy a couple of the level 3, well, one of each level 3 while I was there. But someone else there wanted it pretty badly, so I went and sold it to them straight away. Stretching Streams. I do really like this card, and I like this art. I do think this could do something in water mill control decks, just to be able to get rid of the floating memory after you've milled your opponent. Now, ultimately I played Luxem at the regional that I went to. Would I recommend playing Luxem at the moment? No. Did the winner of the event win playing Luxem? Yes. He played a water Luxem deck and won. I was playing fire Luxem. That's what I mean. Drawn Blade. I mean, it's a nice art. It's a good card. If you don't have a forward Drawn Blade, definitely a card that you wouldn't be opposed to pulling. But because we've got so many versions of it now, it's not the most valuable card. That's not always what there is to it. These are, after all, a nice bonus to have when you just go to the regionals just to play. But yeah, so the winner was a water Luxem. I played fire Luxem. I won against a Tristan first, and then I ran into Fire Zazaku. Fire Zazaku was a really rough match. I felt like I was a turn behind the whole time. And then we got, oh, wow. Okay, another dummy trainer. So I just bought these off random players. 2 of them were bought off the finalists, off their bonus pack. And then the other 7 were bought off of just players when they've got handed their pricing. And then I got one myself. So these could have any number of things in them. I could get a 3rd dummy trainer. Wouldn't be opposed to that. But yeah, I ran into Zaku. Felt like I was a turn behind the whole time. Just very aggressive deck. I wasn't necessarily ready for it. I was ready for more of the fractals, Tristan, slimes, and the likes. So I was probably a little bit unprepared for the event, but I don't really focus on competitive play anymore, so that was perfectly fine. Ooh, Terrafring. I do really like this art. I think this might be my new playing Terrafring in my Pantheon deck. I've got one of the other Sapphires at the moment, but I think I prefer this art of it over the other one, which was the, I think, ALC Season 1. And then after I got decimated 2-0 by that, I ran into a Water Tony deck. And it's a player down here that is notorious for Water Tony. He only ever plays Water Tony. He's from Dunedin. And it's never been really good. But I don't know. The new stuff they've got has just made it kind of insane. I could not do anything. He just mixed on a massive board. I couldn't remove anything. I couldn't deal with anything. Game 1, I probably could have won, but I just drew like horribly and didn't get any Luxem cards at all. And he was just able to wipe my board. And then game 2, it was one of those situations where we were at time. I had cards in hand that could possibly allow me to draw the game out to turn 3 in overtime and possibly kill him with spell damage. But it was just, I was kind of a bit over it at that point. I was playing Luxem, wasn't drawing well, and just decided to let him have it. He earned it. He beat me for game 1. There was a good chance we were going to draw game 2 anyway. So just conceded to him, let him have it, and then decided to try drop. Our next pack, Freezing House is one of those ones you probably don't want to get. There's already a couple printings of this, and the foils from those printings are not worth anything as it is. Some people might want the specific artwork, but it's definitely not going to be a very valuable card. That is perfectly fine. And yeah, dropped that, and then it's funny because I actually, round 4, I paired into one of my good mates, Jack from Dunedin, and he was kind of stressing when he saw his paired into me because he was playing a Water Assassin Allies, and I actually can't remember the time. Oh no, he did beat me last regionals. Ooh, Mordred Luxem. Not a bad hit either. People really want the champions, of course, especially if they want to play Mordreds. That's a good pull. And there is no CSR versions of these at the moment. This is max rarity currently. And as soon as he saw his paired into me, he was a little bit stressed and didn't really want to play against me. But I really couldn't be bothered playing either because my brain was hurting. I'd been up till 2:30 in the morning before, pricing cards and everything. I've gone really into the dealing side of the game, buying and selling a lot of cards. Currently got quite a few good cards that I'm going to be at Nationals with. And so I just decided I'd rather sit there and do that. Because this is definitely one of those attack cards that a lot of people want. Not only is it a negate, but it's also a reducer of cost. This is probably one of the best attack cards in the deck you can hit. So I'm not opposed to hitting that. I don't know what is going on in my piles. There is no rhyme or reason to them, just that I put them into piles. But yeah, so I also went to the event. I have a lot of bulk. From buying collections and the likes, I have somehow managed with a 5k box of like foils and super rares that are just below $2 each. And so I took that along with me and effectively set it up as a $2 box or $3 to $5. And that kind of went insane. I wasn't expecting to do as well as it did. Full Seeking, another one that had a lot of sprints. Again, I just really like this art. I think they've stepped it up with the art this season. It looks really nice. And that falling is actually, I don't think the camera does it justice. It looks really, really nice. Yeah, they did a lot better than I thought it would. I think I probably did 800 New Zealand dollars probably out of it all up. Which, well, this is like 500 US dollars. But a lot more than I thought I would. Of course, as I mentioned, I probably came out of the weekend down because I bought a lot of SIGs as well. So all that money kind of went towards buying cards off other players. And then also I did a lot of that in trades, which is perfectly fine with me. It gets rid of a lot of bulkier cards for me that I don't really mind, and gets players cards that they can use to build decks and play and continue coming to events. Scapeguard Paragon. I like this card, but yeah, definitely not the Sapphire pack one you want to hit. But can't complain. 2 dummy trainers and 10 packs. Yeah, that's definitely a big hit. I guess I'm probably going to keep one of those to play with, and the other one might be for sale soon. We'll see. But yeah, no, that was... I love Sapphire packs. I've never actually opened 10 of them once. I think the most I've opened is MRC season, when I was walking around and buying the shield off people and buying cards off people. And I ended up opening 5 or 6, and then buying like 15 other Sapphire cards that I'd already pulled. Just because I really like Slimes, I really like Tristan. I just thought all the cards were really good. And if you like the cards, you may as well buy them. So I figured I would. But this season, I don't necessarily want any of the Mordred cards. I don't think Mordred is quite the competitive level that it needs to be yet. It's definitely got a good base there, but I think that they need to give it a little bit more in the next set, just to give it that little bit of a power boost in order to actually compete with all the very aggressive and high drawing decks that there are at the moment. Thank you so much for watching. Please let me know down below, are you guys interested in watching me do the dealing side of things? I'm not opposed to taking a camera along and setting up and recording how I interact with people and how I do my deals and what type of deals I'm actually doing. There has been a few big cards coming through recently, and I'm in the middle of purchasing a couple other big cards that I might show you when they arrive. But ultimately, I just want to know what you want to see. If you want me to stick to just the budget decks, that's fine. I'll just stick to the budget decks. But if you want to see a bit more of the outgoing stuff, me going to events, me dealing, me playing even possibly, let me know. I'm keen to do anything you want. Yeah, so ultimately, it's up to you. Until next time, stay safe.